when speaking on hip hop, you have to mention Texas.
Texas from the south, and Louisiana from the south, and Mississippi from the south, Atlanta, Georgia from the south. That's why we doing it on south side, the south side, yeah, the south side, the south side. Everybody do the south side, the south side, yeah, the south side, the south side.
Looking at Southern hip hop of today, basically, we didn't get a lot of credit, and we still don't get a lot of credit for basically not really starting hip hop, but kind of like moving it and kind of adding to the movement.
Texas hip hop is a lot of bass, a lot of boom in the trunk, a lot of swinging in the streets, a lot of screwed music with a side of, lean, dirty Sprite, as we call it.
South is like soul. I mean, originated, roots, you know what I mean, where the shit come from and where it's going. That's really like the whole meaning of the shit.
We're notorious for having soul. Soul in hip-hop is everything. And also the rap here is very different. Chopped and screwed. The Dirty South likes it nice and slow. About here, it's all about just lean back, relax, and enjoy the music. All that upbeat stuff usually comes up from up north.
Drink a bit of cup, man, hold up. It's the big tyke, I got swangers on the truck. Baby expedition.
A lot of artists, no matter where they come from, they claim to be trill and sip lean, and everyone wants that bass and that knock, and that comes from Texas, that comes from Houston.
Chopped and screwed music is an acquired taste. Like, either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. It's like either gonna stick with you or you don't want to hear it anymore. It's not just a balance beam thing. It's like you're on either one end of the spectrum. And when you see mainstream artists like Drake now capitalizing off of chopped and screwed music, it's more of people are getting more exposed to it. People think that it's cool now because these artists are doing it, when in reality it's been cool for decades and the world is just getting to know it because it's from the South, and that's where it started. That's where the growth has stemmed from, the South. And to see it now and to see it then, it's like two totally different things.
I even see a lot of DJs that aren't from the South do a lot of chopped and screwed music. So I do believe Texas has had a huge influence on the hip hop culture.
Out of the East Coast and West Coast movements, many Southern hip hop artists contributed to both of their movements, as well as them contributing to us. Like, for instance, we created chopped and screwed music, slang like trill. Basically, Southern culture, we created like that bounce, that bounce in that trap feel. Like, it's kind of slowed and throwed, but we created that kind of hype crunk movement. Basically, like Bun B and Pimp C and Paul Wall and Ghetto Boys and things of that nature. They're like Southern hip hop. We came up with the concept of mixtapes. Like, most people with the West and East, they released albums, and we were the first to come up with the idea of creating mixtapes where we give away music for free.
Here in Texas, we thrive off of underground music. Paw Wow, Slim Thug, DJ Screw, they all emerged through the underground that consists of the major cities, which are Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. And amongst them, man, once you blow up in the underground, you're heard all over the place.
Now look who creepin', look who crawlin', still ballin' in the mix. It's that 6'6" long dick slim nigga sticking your chick.
Another example for Southern flow would be, like in this rhyme I'm about to say, basically, I kind of use this initiative where I kind of slow down, where I get my Southern hip-hop influence, and I kind of speed up. Like, hey, yo, this Jigga Nas told me that this world is mine. These Jiggas hate, they acting fake, and they won't let me shine, and they won't let me grind. I told my mother never doubt me, just because I look just like my father, that don't mean you know about me. I'm different. You taught me, I listen. A Jigga talented, but now you know a Jigga different, so I'm different. The struggle's never easy, but it's always worth it. That's why I came back with my heart and with a different purpose, searching niggas plea for the and I asked for these jiggers. I plan on. But see, I never had time to really find it when I was out to school. Mother had to remind me that love was just always blinding. You see how I kind of like slowed it down? I plan on. But see, I never had time to really find it when I was out to school. Mother had to remind me that love was just always blinding.
Man, that Southern flow is so potent. Like, it's sets apart from everything. When you hear it, you know what it is. It's just like, let's ride around the city, top back on the freeway kind of music. And when I listen to Outkast and I'm listening to Big Boy and he's like, I'm proud of you people for selling your crack and sacks. I'm glad I'm white, not black. Like little stuff like that. Like wordplay is really big. Or when I hear Big Crit going off and Children of the World, it's just like, oh my God, like I'm so proud. Like, why are we so good? And it's just so distinct and it set us apart from the West and the East. It's just like our own sound.
The Southern flow is a lot different from the New York flow because at this we're telling the same stories, but at the same time, the delivery is different. The Southern flow is more soulful. You know, you have a lot of soul in the South compared to the North or the West.
Like you can tell the difference, like between Southern and like soul, between like some uptown, some some people up north and some other stuff like that. Like you gonna really get the love down here. Like ain't no janky stuff gonna be going on. Ain't nothing like there's nothing but love, and that's all it is down here.
We all have that Southern twang to us that everyone loves, but not many people want to respect.
I dare I rap about my real life. Good Lord, I gave my all, but this don't feel right. Jigaboos, a minstrel you, but never me. Black face, my black face could never be. Saying bold, my camo say otherwise. That revolution of mine, they'll never.
Slang and trends in Texas, oh my God. It changed like every doggone day. I can't even keep up.
The South, man, you already know in the South we get down. Most of the dances come from the South. Like, good example, Dougie and Cupid Shuffle, Stanky Leg. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Dallas is really where it all started. Dallas, Houston, all that. We had started all this. The slang, most of all the rapper style, the slur, all that.
We also have our lingo like trill and the words then a hoe get the phrase then a hoe gets used a lot, and everyone wants to sip lean.
Texas, this is all you're gonna hear. Bro, 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 bro. And even I like say it way too much, like after every sentence. But that's because it's like engraved in us because that's what we're prone to. Like we just make up stupid stuff really.
Music influences the trends in the South. Living in Houston, I've seen the different trends and different things that people wear here, and I see also the rappers here are influencing the people to wear these different things.
Like in the South, people tend to dress they tend to dress kind of baggy. But nowadays it seems like we have more hipster rappers where they dress with tight clothes and kind of tightness rather than even though you essentially still have those southern rappers who dress in Timbs and loose kind of jeans with a loose kind of shirt, but it's a little less clothing. Like it's a little less for the show, but more for their style, as you could say.
It's actually kind of crazy about how people dress down here, cause it actually switches up so fast. Like you can be going for one day from people wearing sweats to skinny jeans to designer. I mean, it gets crazy down here.
As far as trends and fashion, I hate it. I hate Texas fashion so much. I hate it's just too much. I just feel like we just follow the crowd.
Culture here in the South is very different. Specifically, Texas is very different from a lot of other hip hop cultures. Like here in Texas, it's more less racially biased. because up north, uh, blacks and Hispanics aren't so accustomed to each other like down here. Maybe it's because we're closer to the border, but who knows? But down here, we get along a lot better, and we're even involved in each other's music a lot more. I could see a black dude at a quinceañera, and I could see a Mexican dude hitting the Dougie like he got a little brother in him. And I think that's very important here because that helps each other. That helps all of us really thrive and understand each other because music is an understanding of what that person is going through. And the less biased we are towards our music, the more we really understand it. So it's very important. And I'm happy to say that we got that here in the South, and specifically Texas. And Texas music has really shown an example to others.
Southern hospitality, the soul food, it's like all that. Like, we done started it, oh man. Sunday dinners, man, don't even get me started. It was stupid crazy. Setting the trends and you niggas copy.
Modest, I be in interview, so niggas hating cause I play it like I had no clue that I'm the greatest. Tory, come sit up on this dick, I see you waiting, need a baby, cause I'm too young and wild to be the savior. Nail me to the.
Well, you got the Southern spitters like Twista and Timbaland. Timbaland, he was even with producers like nowadays you got J. Cole from North Carolina, dudes putting on for the South, J Electronica from New Orleans, hella talented artists. You have nowadays, you have even with the Dallas movement, like you have local artists who kind of have a southern, they have a southern feel when it comes to like bounce, but they also have a soulful feel from from artists from Dallas and South influence like Erykah Badu, people like that.
We have legends like Bun B and Pimp C who pretty much paved the way for Trill, and they influence people like Drake, who's from Canada. I feel as if the South is making a big mark on the current state of hip hop. We have artists like Isaiah Rashad, even though he's not from Texas, he's from the South.
And being influenced by hip hop, I've been influenced by many ways. Like one of the main people who I'm influenced by when I rap is Andre 3000 and J Electronica. I like to be lyrical, but I also like to tell a story. But I also like to have a fast flow because the one thing that gets the people who I rap to personally is my flow. As you can tell, I kind of talk fast. So when you rap fast, when you talk fast, you kind of rap fast. So you have to articulate your words, kind of like I have another rap where I say, my past life was a child, but my plans were rather vindictive. We hear but can never listen. I'm a child gifted who lacks vision, but my mother's permission was all I needed. As these people induce fallacies and the truth lies to me. You see, the world can't mute me, but that doesn't mean that the world can't shoot me. We trade the heaven's skies for a slice of the devil's pie. And as I walk around here wondering and pondering, I wonder if God is magic. I wonder if Nas was sad when he wrote the Illmatic. I wonder if my name is a synonym for tragic, and I wonder if the dude thought about my cousin before he blasted. You see how every other verb or every other word that why did I say verb? Every other word that rhymes, I kind of articulate it, make it stand out. But my rhymes are kind of fast, but then at the same time, they're flowy. And I like how Andre 3000 and Kendrick Lamar, they have that factor where they can get off the beat, but kind of catch up back on it. That's where most of my Southern hip-hop influences come from.
Outkast really, really influenced a lot of Southern hip-hop today. They were one of the first Southern rappers to actually go mainstream and to make that a thing.
They showed that the South had like the ability to be lyrical in their rhymes.
We running things right now. We changing up everything. Not even Dallas, like the all dirty South, all South, motherfucking Louisiana, motherfucking what's in Louisiana? What's else in Louisiana? Fucking Arkansas. We doing all that shit. We fucking up the whole world, Craig.
25 lighters on my dresser, yes sir. I got to get paid.
We got 25 lighters on the dresser, yes sir. Got to get paid. I got 25 lighters for my 25 foes. About to break the mic, then break 25 more. About to rip the track with about 25 flows, and I'm dipping like a Mac with about 20.
Hip hop is the most influential type of music that there is, because even in other types of music, you see hip hop. Because as of now, they have rock, rap. They've even got country singers that are trying to spit flows or sing a little faster and rhyme a lot more, because hip hop is very influential. If you listen to hip hop in your life, there's no way that it doesn't influence you in the way you talk, in the way you think, in the way you react to certain situations, or even in the way you approach somebody or present yourself in any way. And that's simply because the lyrics are influential, because they're not a song about, it could be a song about anything, really. It could be a song about going to the store, and the next time you go to the store, it meant you're doing exactly what the song is telling you to do. And hip-hop, in the sense of there are more words that flow through it. I mean, there's just no telling. You hear it one day and it might not faze you, but in the back of your head it's there, because that's simply the power of music. Any music will do that, but hip-hop just blew that out of proportion.
I know they told y'all deep down south we don't play. Don't get too close, cause nigga, I'm gon' spray every one of y'all. Piss me off and you gon' see me touch on all of y'all. That's who I am, nigga, fuck. I know they told y'all deep down south we don't play. Don't get too close, cause nigga, I'm gon' spray every one of y'all. Piss me off and you gon' see me touch on all of y'all. That's who I am.